Super pretty on here, ain't I? Ain't I looking pretty though? Oh man, this about to be a good one. Make sure I'm in the right spot though. Big Money Bound TV, RRT Posse, YouTube. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I release scheduled videos every Monday at 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. But throughout the week, I also release a lot of unscheduled videos. Now, if you're returning, hey, welcome back. I know you see the quality and the growth in the channel. Thank you for sticking with me while I had that iPhone, man. Things have changed. We have moved up, and we have officially reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank y'all for the support. The story I'm bringing you today is the journey from 0 to 1,000 subscribers for Big Money Bound TV. The ups, the downs, behind the scenes, the reason why I started YouTube, the reason why I quit, the reason why I came back, and a lot of tips and tricks that I learned along the way that helped me get to this 1,000 mark, man. So most importantly, thank the supporters and stay tuned. You don't want to miss none of this story. Trust me, I am telling you, it is great. What we represent, man?
Big Money Bound.
So let it roll, man.
Big Money Bound.
The kids, man. We got the kids, man. For those of you who may not know, my name is Randy. I am a YouTuber, a real YouTuber now, and I'm also a respiratory therapist. And I began doing videos related to respiratory therapy in 2008. Damn, 2000. I gotta take it back to 2015. We gotta go back to 2015 when I was in my final semester as a respiratory therapist student. Now, while I was in this respiratory program, it was very tedious and very hard. You had to really be focused and locked in. So I didn't have any social medias. But my last semester, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start an Instagram page because I had the plans of graduating, becoming a therapist, stacking up that Fetty, which I did, and creating a clothing brand called Big Money Bound. So I did that, graduated, got the Fetty, created Big Money Bound. So I'm like, well, before I create the Big Money Bound, I gotta have some kind of audience. So let me go to Instagram, create an Instagram account, get my following up, get a little crowd behind me, somebody understands what I'm doing, and then I got somebody to sell my merchandise to. So that's what I did. Began creating an Instagram page, began putting up posts, talking greasy in the comments, stuff people are like. And my Instagram page just started booming. Okay, cool. I created a brand, released the clothing, everything was going good. So from 2015 to 2017, I was just grinding as a respiratory therapist, man, running the bands up on me, hunduns on top of hunduns. Hunduns is hundreds. So hundreds on top of hundreds. I'm just stacking up the Fetty. So I'm like, you know what, man? I want to buy me a house. Let me look into getting a house. The first place I went to now was on YouTube. I'm searching up house tours. I see a young couple on there, showing off their home. The home was humongous. This was like a mansion. I'm like, man, these people look like they my age. What are they doing to have this much money and got this big house? I don't know who these people is. So I clicked on the YouTube channel, went to the About story. It said all they did was they were full-time YouTubers. I'm like, YouTube giving away that kind of money? I had no idea about social media. Like I said, I had just started mine in 2015. I had no Facebook, no Instagram. I had no nothing. So I'm like, YouTube can make that much money on YouTube? Oh man, I gotta create me a channel ASAP. So I went to YouTube and I created the name Big Money Bound TV because that was already my brand name and I didn't want nobody to steal my name, Big Money Bound. So I'm like, okay, I already got Big Money Bound clothing and it's more of a brand. So I'm gonna have Big Money Bound TV, Big Money Bound records, Big Money Bound water, Big Money Bound Kool-Aid, undies. Everything gonna be Big Money Bound, everything. It's a huge brand. So I went there, I got my name so nobody stole it. So I did that probably November. December of 2017, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put out my first YouTube video. I'm on Instagram, everything booming over here. My audience, my followers are just gonna follow me to YouTube and they're gonna become my subscribers. I had 13,000 subscribers at the time, or 13,000 followers. then I'm gonna have 13,000 subscribers. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking these go hand in hand. That is not the case. So I create my YouTube channel. I create the first video. I'm on Instagram promoting it heavy. I'm gonna do the first video called the name behind the story, Big Money Bound. I'm gonna tell you how I came up with the name. If you haven't watched that video, you might want to go check that out. How I came up with the name, the trials and tribulations, yada yada, how I got there. I'm promoting it heavy on Instagram. Big Money Bound TV via YouTube. The story behind the name, Big Money Bound, man. I'm taking you back to 05, 06, St. Lucia's High School, man. How I went from nothing, got a little bit elevated it. The process of how all that happened, how the women went to doing this and doing that, man. How before I had the mentality that we're gonna be rich in the morning, man. Like before I came to the whole Big Money Bound thing, you feel me? Just check it out Wednesday, December 13th, man. YouTube, we're gonna be rich in the morning, dog. Big Money Bound, like I really started up the brand, you feel me? Like Big Money Bound has said, like before I could afford the J's, you feel me? Like when it was Reebok money, all I wanted was a pair of them things. You hear me? I'm breaking it all down, man. YouTube, fuck with me, please, man. Please, baby. I released the video. I got like 100 views within the first day. And I gained like 4, 5, 6 subscribers. I went from 0 to 6 in one day. Hey, this can work. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna release another video. Then I did like the meaning behind Big Money Bound. I released that video. A week had went by. I had only had 40 views on that. I'm like, hold on now, man. Hey, where the people at? My Instagram is booming. Why they ain't over here? What's going on? I released that second video at like beginning of January, in the beginning of January, mid-January 2018. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna do another video. I had like a couple videos, but it was one video that I did. I'm like, okay, this video is gonna be the one that's gonna take me to the top. This video gonna go viral. I'm gonna be rich and famous. Big Money Bound TV gonna be well known. We gonna get there. It's called 24 Hours Ain't Enough. I created that video. It was footage that took me from like 2 weeks to collect. I went from Miami with Jody Joe on her birthday. Then I went to Atlanta with my homies. We had a guys trip. We was traveling, doing this and that, flying first class, all this good stuff, eating peanuts and pretzels, throwing them up, having fun. I'm like, okay, they're gonna love this material. Inside of the material, I get like the behind the scenes of the business. I'm collecting the clothing, I'm folding it, putting it in the bag, shipping it off. Man, they gonna love this. This is really Big Money Bound. Man, I put this video up. 3 months had passed by. I didn't have over 10 views. You know how hurt and disrespected I was? How dare they do this to me? I did all this editing, all this great content. Y'all not gonna even view it? Man, when I say I was feeling so down, I'm like, man, I'm done with YouTube. I'm not uploading no more videos. These people are disrespectful, man. And that's what happened. After that video, I gave up. That was 2018, October 2018. I'm like, man, I'm done with YouTube. I don't want to hear nothing about it. This cannot happen. It is not real. Don't believe the hype. So I gave it up and just went back to work. I'm grinding. Respiratory therapy, RRT posse. You know, respiratory therapy been good to me. I'm just stacking riches on top of riches. Then, January of 2019, I'm at work minding my business. Jody Joe gonna come and text me. Hey, babe, I think you should give the YouTube channel one more chance, but this time, just talk about respiratory stuff. Trust me, you'll be good at it. You're funny, you got a good personality. Trust me, like, it'll work. I looked into it. There's only 2 people on YouTube that's talking about respiratory therapy stuff, and they both girls. You'll be a guy coming from a different perspective. Babe, trust me, it'll work. I'm at work like, come on, man. Like, I just tried this. It was just a waste of time. I'm missing money. I'm running these bands up over here. I don't got no time to be trying to do no YouTube. But Jody Joe believed in me like that. I don't want to let her down and just say, nah, I can't do it. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to give it a chance. On the conditions of, I create the content, and you edit it, and you create the thumbnails, and I do it like that. I'm not going to be doing these thumbnails when I was editing, and then nobody watching videos, man. So I just was behind the camera, in front of the camera doing my thing. So that was in January. I created the first episode for Big Money Bound TV, January 2019. That's the video where I was eating a pancake during the mukbang, talking about my clinical experience, like how I got snitched on, how I got told on. And if you ain't watched that, bro, go check it out. I got 120 plus videos that you gotta see. So I'm over there doing that one. We created that video. We get to the house, Jody Joe edited. I go home, Jody Joe edit the video. She tell me, come over and check it out. The way that Jody Joe edited, now you know, like, Jody, that's my heart, that's my love. But the way she edited my video, I didn't like that at all, man. I'm like, hey, the way you edit it, I don't like it. Now you tell somebody you don't like what they just did to this video that took an hour, 2 hours plus to edit it, and now you saying you don't appreciate what I did? Jody Joe was like, I quit. I'm done with it. So I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just like, nah, like the way you did it, like she took some things out that I would have kept in, that I felt like made it organic, but she felt like it was just in the way. So I'm like, nah, this ain't it, man. So I re-edited the video, and I had just set it on ice. I didn't release it. Then it was the month of April 2019. My little cuz, man, he like, hey, bro, why you don't do the YouTube? Why you don't do the YouTube thing, man? Like, it'll work, bro. You funny, just do it. I'm like, yeah, man, I was going to do it. I had created a video, but we never put it out. She's like, why? I'm like, man, I just ain't never put it out, procrastinating, yada, yada. And I'm like, I don't got nobody to hold the camera for me. He's like, bro, you got to hold the camera. Like, you got to do it. I'm like, you know what, man? Everybody keep telling me to do it. Let me go ahead and let me put this mukbang video out. But I'm like, I can't just jump back on YouTube and and start the channel back up and just have a mukbang video up. I gotta at least create like a trailer and tell people what the channel is gonna be about. That was the perfect idea. That's what you should do. Create a trailer, giving a description of what your channel is gonna be like. So that's when I jumped in front of the camera. A day after working at my per diem job, I jumped in front of the camera. I was like, hey, man, what you gonna get from me is you gonna get respiratory therapist. I ain't a respiratory therapist who's gonna try to be the phlebotomist, the nurse, and the EKG tech. I'm just gonna do respiratory therapy. So if you're okay with that, that's what you're gonna get from me. I'm just here to get this bread, make my money, and count my fetty. And that's exactly what I was saying, man. And I put the video up. And next thing you know, it went to getting views. Like, it got 100 views within like the first 12 hours. I'm like, what? It was getting views. It was getting comments from people I didn't know. I'm usually getting comments from people I know from Instagram or my family. It was getting comments from people I didn't know saying, hey, man, bring more respiratory related videos. What kind of car is that? This car is nice. How long you been a therapist? I'm like, oh, man, like, that's when I found my niche. My niche was respiratory therapy related material. So then I decided, okay, I'm gonna bring a respiratory related video to YouTube once a week. I was like, it's no way I can do this once a week, man. This is impossible. But once I put up that trailer and I had that mukbang video behind it, it allowed me to already be up 2 videos. So, well, it allowed me to be up 1 video. So once I created that video, I created another one that I just kept adding on and kept adding on. So I never got to the point where I didn't have at least 2 videos waiting to be released while I was creating another one. That's the beautiful, smart thing to do, man. You got to have your videos laid out so you can create a schedule and the people know exactly what time and when to come and watch your channel. Don't just be doing random things all the time. You got to have at least 1 set scheduled day, and then throughout the week, you can do whatever you want to do. As long as the people know that you got 1 set scheduled day. That's most important. You got to have a set scheduled day, and you got to have your niche. So I just went to doing the YouTube videos on respiratory therapy related material. The channel just started to grow, I went from like 10 subscribers to 100 within like a month and a half. Now I can do the custom YouTube URL. I'm doing youtube.com/bigmoneyboundtv. Man, I'm really feeling myself. I'm like, hey, this is working, man. Like, this can really happen. And it got to the point where I was creating like so much great videos, so much great content, to the point where I had forgot all about the money, because the videos that I was producing, like, everybody was just loving them and appreciating them. Like, man, this is helping me get through school. This is motivation. I'm like, yeah? Dang, like, that's what's up, man. I appreciate that, bro. I'm just in front of the camera doing my thing, and people was loving it. So it was the video. What video was it that got me that got me really started buzzing? 2 years, the toughest 2 years of my life, the respiratory therapy program. The whole process of doing that, I was telling about my ups, my downs, like how I was struggling while I was in the program, eating cereal, just trying to make it to the next paycheck. But once I graduated, oh man, it was jumping for joy, because that fatty was rolling in. So that video was so heartfelt to the point I didn't even want to put it out, because it was just so personal and so, like, I was just letting my guard down, letting everybody into my life, man. It was like a very heartfelt video, and people loved it. The response was great. And then the channel started growing more and more. But then it came to the point where I was putting out videos. I was like, okay, this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the one. I'm just trying to get to 1,000 subscribers because that's the point where YouTube accepts you for the partnership. You can get monetization. You can put ads on your video and start getting paid. That's when you're like a real deal YouTuber. So it's like I was still just practicing, but I'm like, man, these videos are great. What are people at? Like, what's going on? So I was feeling down, man. It was like I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. But it was like the supporters, RRT Posse, like they wouldn't allow me to quit and give up, man. Like the comments, the DMs I was receiving, it was like, hey, man, what you doing is great. Like, if it wasn't for you, I would have never chose to be a therapist. The reason I'm going to respiratory therapy, I'm like, what? You know how hard it was for me to choose to go into respiratory therapy? That took me years. And you say, from you watching my video, now you finna be a therapist? How can I stop? It's like I could not stop. But I'm telling you, it was times where I was like, man, I don't know, man. But every time I get the feeling down, I get a DM, I get a comment that just uplifted me and say, you know what, man, I gotta keep going and I gotta hold it down for the posse. It was to the point I felt like the video I felt that should have took me to the top and should have went viral, that everybody should have loved, and I should have over 10,000 subscribers by now. How to maximize your income as a respiratory therapist. And this was a video that was suggested by a subscriber. That's why you gotta it's very important to like keep engaged with your audience. Anybody who comments, I always respond. I don't leave anybody unresponded. It was one person that I did leave unresponded. They was talking kind of greasy in the comments and I deleted it. And I regret that I did that. Because what I want is, I want people to come and drop them greasy comments talking wild and dirty. And I want the RRT Posse to just go at them, just claw at them. RRT Posse just be clawing at them people, man. I'm just gonna be liking everybody comments that's attacking them. But I reply to everybody. And any subscriber that said, hey, I want a video, it's like they took their time out and they came and said they want Big Money Bound TV, the creator, to create a video that they would like to see. They got a request. Like, how could I not do that, man? Like, oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm with y'all. Like, we are RT Posse. So I created that video. I'm like, man, this gonna be the one. It was successful now, but it didn't. It was supposed to. I'm like, man, like, bro, what's going on? That was like my 70th video. I was in like the 70s. I'm like, bro, I don't put up 70 videos and I still ain't at 1,000 subscribers. That's why anybody who like going through the process of having a hard time getting like the 1,000 subscribers mark, hitting that real threshold, and they like, oh, I only got 30 videos. I only got 40 videos. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear it, man. I was 120 plus videos in before I got the 1K, man. So, I put up 70 videos. It ain't working, bro. Get out my face, man. I put up 95. Hey, get out my face, man. You got to keep going, bro. Just, hey, keep uploading. Just keep uploading. Hey, keep uploading. I just had to keep uploading. And they get to a point where you got so many videos out there. I had so many videos out there. How could I stop now 110 videos in? So what was the 110 videos for? That was just for nothing? Nah, man, I gotta keep going. This gotta work. But then you be like, oh, I don't feel like I can keep going. Like, I'm getting tired. I'm getting discouraged. Hey, man, you can be tired as you want to be. You can be swimming out. You're in the middle of the ocean swimming. From shore, you swimming trying to get to the island over there. You swimming. They tell you it's a half a mile away. You can swim 2 miles. So you swim your half a mile, it ain't there. You're like, all right, maybe it's a mile away. You hear the noise, okay? You hear people on the island just partying, having a good time. You're a mile away. You're like, okay, maybe I'm a mile away. Now you get to 2 miles. You're like, I hear the people getting closer. I'm too far to turn back now. I can't swim 4 miles. I can do 2. But maybe I can do 2.5 if they right there. You swim another mile. Now you don't swim out 3 miles. You're like, I can still hear them. I can't go back and swim 6 miles back. So let me just keep going forward. And you're just going to keep going until you get there, man. And that's where I was at. I just kept going until I got there. I just kept going, man, until I got there, bro. And when I finally reached that 1,000 subscriber mark, man, like, bro, a weight had came off my shoulders. I feel like I really, like, I did it, but we did it as a posse, like all the supporters of the Big Money Bound TV channel, because I didn't want to, like, let nobody who was supporting me feel like they were supporting somebody who wasn't like a real YouTuber. They used to send commercials. I come to these videos, I'm never saying nothing, man. So like I say, bro, shout out to the supporters, man. They kept me going. Like, it wasn't an easy process, but I kept uploading, man. And I'm still uploading. Like, I still feel like I'm supposed to be, you feel me? But hey, I'm thankful for where I'm at, and I appreciate all the supporters. Like, all I can do is just put the content out. It's up to my supporters, the RRT posse, to like it, to share it, to subscribe, to tell their friends to go. So that's all I can do. And actually, if y'all really appreciate this stuff, man, just keep bigging it up. Let the people know. The goal is to get to 8 million, man. So I had a few people hit me up on Instagram. I was asking a couple questions about the process of getting from 0 to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna go ahead and answer those questions right now. All right. First question comes from Coach Rich GBE. What's happening, homie? I appreciate all the support, dog. Thanks for holding it down, man. That's a local supporter. I appreciate you, dog. Homie asked me, how did you get over the initial hurdle of shyness of starting a YouTube channel? Like I said, man, how I got over that initial shyness, like, when I seen these people walking through this mansion and they was young like me, I'm like, what? Is that much money in there? I was just thinking about that Fetty, man. I don't worry about no shyness, no nothing, no bro. I was just trying to get to them riches, man. But once I got in front of that camera, even though it's only me, and I'm in front of that camera like this here, even though it was only me, it was some nervousness going on, man. You know that it was like on a worldwide web, so the world was gonna see it. So what I did was, I'd always create 2 videos about the same exact topic. Like, I do this video and I do it twice, and I pick which one was better, and it was always normally the second one, because I had got over like the initial butterflies and something was gone by the time I did the second one. But sometimes I have to take certain clips from the first video and put it in the second video and just edit it real nice so nobody can really understand or like really notice it. So I just kept like uploading. Repetition just got me over the initial shyness. I appreciate the comment though, dog. Alright, XO Von XX. That's my homie, Live Life High. I appreciate all the support, dog. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You've been here for a long time. Thank you for the continued support. What made you want to start doing YouTube videos? Hey, man, the chance of getting them riches, man. Like I said, I see these people inside of a mansion. Young kids, man. Lamborghinis outside, G-Wagons. Hey, what? What the hell going on over there? Hey, what y'all doing over there? So I had to grow. I had to try to put my name into that hat. Like, that's how y'all getting over there? Oh, man, I got to get over here and I got to see what's going on, man. So just the chance that it was riches, I had to see what was going on, man. It was mandatory. But what kept me here, was the supporters, the RRT posse. I never, in my wildest dreams, imagined I'd be here for the people, or like, I was just creating content for the money. But now it's like, I'm doing it for the RRT posse. Like, if it was for the money, bro, I'd have stopped at video number 40, 45 when it wasn't nothing going on. But the posse, the supporters, like, they just kept like, bro, we need it, we like this, keep it going. Like, all right, if I got people that's joining, I'm just hold it down for them, man, because I'm already getting fetty now. I'm already getting to the riches as a respiratory therapist, but the people wanted me to keep going on here, so that's why I didn't mind it. So the people kept me here, but the money brought me here. But I appreciate the comment, dog. Thanks for your question. Who else we got here? Queen, thanks for the support. I appreciate all that. You're real. What kept you motivated? Like I said, man, I really like the supporters. The supporters online, the supporters offline, my family, like the comments, the emails, like seeing how big it could really be. Like, I'm like, whoa, like, I knew that, like, the content I was putting out, to me, like, I wouldn't put it out if I didn't think it was great content. It was great, it was entertaining, it was informative. I know it's great videos, but it was just up to the YouTube, the algorithm, to like just pick it up and put it there. Because I know that once people see it, I get in front of them, I get them to laugh, and they gonna be like, hey man, dog channel is okay, I'm a support. So just knowing that it was great content and I had the supporters behind me, like my family, I was like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. Like, I didn't want to let anybody down. Like, Jody Joe was buying me lights and cameras, laptops. How can I quit when Shorty buying all this? She really believing in me like this, and now I just quit. So I couldn't, like, that kept me motivated. Like, I got like other homies and friends that started YouTube that maybe got the idea from me. I don't know. But they come to me like, hey man, like, how you do this? Asking me for tips, asking me for pointers. And bro, I'm gonna give you the game. Like, bro, I wish everybody nothing but the best. And knowing them, like, I'm like, hey man, I know how hard the process was for me. I'm like, hey, just don't give up. You're gonna want to quit, but just don't give up. And when it's times that came where I wanted to give up, I'm like, I gotta practice what I preach. I can't be telling someone else, don't give up. And I'm over here finna stop. And now they see me stop, they're like, hey, you kind of motivated me. And then I just stop, they're gonna feel like, well, dang, if Randy stopped, I can go ahead and stop too. Like, he was 100 videos in, he gave up, I might as well just stop now while I'm at 10. I might as well not even waste my time and try to make it to 100. So I didn't want to let nobody down, man, because there's a lot of people DMing me like, hey, man, you motivated me to keep going. But those comments was motivating me to keep going. So it was just like iron sharpens iron, man. Like, the people kept me motivated, man. And just like, every time I want to give up, man, like I said, I find motivation like a DM. Like, people DM me from like Africa, Ghana, like, hey, man, I'm watching your videos. I'm a like exchange student over here, started studying abroad in the USA. Originally, we got Ghana University. They got the first year of respiratory therapist is inside the university. They got us traveling to the States to study. Then we're gonna come back to Africa and like practice. Like, I found your videos, man. Thank you. I'm like, what? Wait, what's going on? Yeah. And bro, I'm at like 800, 900. Like, I should be at 10,000 by now. Like, man, I don't know, man. I'm still like, I don't know. I'm receiving emails, man. Like, email I can't even talk about yet until my name dry on that ink, you feel me? So that ink gotta dry. But it's like, these people found me on YouTube and had the nerve to really like contact me and say, hey man, like, I saw your channel, like, hey bro, just know there's some things coming from Big Money Bound TV that, bro, it's for real, man. And I want to appreciate all the supporters, man. Thank you. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, man, go for it, bro. Just don't give up. And with that being said, I appreciate all the supporters. If you want to support the channel even further, I created a Patreon account, Patreon/Big Money Bound TV. You can go ahead and just support me from behind the scenes to keep the lights on, keep the AC going, which will allow for me to have more creative time to bring you these great videos, because I ain't got to be at work working for the man just doing this here. I can just stay creative, you feel me? So, hey, man, foes up, forever ambitious. I appreciate all the support. Thank y'all, man. We made it to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you.